Welcome to this special orientation session on the new PMP examination experience. Before you begin your preparation journey, it is important to understand how the examination is structured, what types of questions you will encounter, and how you should plan your strategy for success. The PMP certification continues to be one of the world's most respected credentials for project managers. However, PMI has continuously evolved the examination. Welcome to this special orientation on the new PMP examination experience. Before beginning your preparation, it is important to understand how the examination is structured and what PMI expects from a successful project manager. The PMP examination has evolved significantly. Today's exam focuses less on memorization and far more on applying project management knowledge in realistic business situations. Throughout his orientation, you'll understand the examination structure, question formats, time management strategies, and practical tips to improve your performance. Remember, PMI is not evaluating how many definitions you remember. It is assessing whether you can think, lead, and make decisions like an effective project manager. This entire KnowledgeWare program has been designed around that philosophy, helping you prepare not just to pass the examination, but to become a confident project management professional. Think like a PMP. Success begins with understanding the PMI mindset before attempting to master the syllabus. Before discussing the examination pattern, it is important to understand what the PMP examination is actually measuring. The PMP examination is built around the PMI examination content outline, commonly known as the ECO. Every question in the examination maps to one of three domains that represent the responsibilities of a modern project manager. The first domain is people. This domain focuses on leadership, stakeholder engagement, communication, conflict resolution, negotiation, and team performance. The process domain focuses on managing project work, including planning, execution, quality, risk, schedule, cost, procurement, agile, hybrid, and governance. The business environment domain measures your understanding of strategic alignment, compliance, organizational change, benefits realization, and value delivery. Together, these three domains represent the competencies expected from a modern project manager. Think like a PMP. Every project decision should balance people, project processes, and business value. One of the biggest misconceptions among PMP aspirants is believing that PMI expects project managers to know every process, every tool, and every document perfectly. That is not the objective. PMI expects certain. Many candidates believe the PMP examination is about memorizing processes and documents. In reality, PMI expects much more. A certified project manager is expected to demonstrate leadership, collaborate with stakeholders, manage uncertainty, make ethical decisions, and continuously deliver business value. Throughout the examination, ask yourself which option best serves the stakeholders? Which decision creates the greatest business value? Which action reflects servant leadership and proactive communication? PMI evaluates professional judgment rather than memory. Think like a PMP. Don't simply remember the process. Understand why it exists, when it should be applied, and how it helps achieve successful project outcomes. Nearly every PMP examination question is scenario based. Candidates who attempt to read every word carefully often struggle with time management. Most PMP examination questions are scenario based. Success depends on understanding the situation before selecting an answer. Start by reading the final sentence carefully to understand exactly what PMI is asking. Pay attention to keywords such as first, next, best, or most appropriate. Next, identify the project context. Is the project predictive, agile, or hybrid? Which stakeholder is involved? What challenge is being described? Finally, eliminate options that contradict PMI principles and select the response that best demonstrates collaboration, leadership, stakeholder engagement, and value delivery. Think like a PMP. Read to understand the situation first, then choose the best management action, not just a technically correct answer. Let's understand the overall PMP examination structure. The examination consists of 180 questions to be completed within 240 minutes or 4 hours. Out of these, 170 questions are scored, while 10 are pre-test questions that PMI uses to validate future examinations. Since these questions are not identified, every question should receive equal attention. The examination is divided into three sections with two optional 10-minute breaks after the first and second sections. Once you submit a section, you cannot return to review or change your answers. Think like a PMP. Manage every section carefully. Review flag questions before submitting because there is no opportunity to revisit them later. The examination begins with a business case study, followed by a series of related questions. Instead of treating each question independently, PMI expects you to understand the overall project context before making decisions. Read the case study carefully and identify the project objectives, stakeholders, delivery approach, business constraints, and current project situation. These details provide the foundation for answering all subsequent questions accurately. Avoid rushing into the first question. Spending a little more time understanding the scenario often saves time later and improves accuracy. Think like a PMP. Always understand the complete project situation before selecting the best management action. Part 2 forms the largest portion of the PMP examination and contains a wide variety of question types covering the complete examination content outline. Curious questions may involve predictive, agile, or hybrid projects and often combine leadership, technical project management, and business strategy within the same scenario. Thoughtful. Every question carries equal marks, so avoid spending excessive time on any one question. If necessary, eliminate incorrect options, make your best decision based on PMI principles, flag the question for review, and continue. Rushed. Think like a PMP. Your objective is steady progress with consistent decision making. Maintain your pace and trust your preparation. The final section contains the remaining examination questions and continues testing your ability to make sound project management decisions across people, process, and business environment domains. By this stage, many candidates experience mental fatigue. Maintaining concentration becomes just as important as technical knowledge. Continue reading every scenario carefully, identify the project context, eliminate incorrect options, and select the response that best aligns with PMI values. Finish strong. Every question contributes equally to your final result, and maintaining focus until the last question can make a significant difference. The new PMP examination uses several interactive question formats in addition to traditional multiple choice questions. Curious, you may encounter single choice, multiple response, matching, drag and drop, hotspot, and scenario based questions. Each format evaluates your ability to apply project management concepts rather than simply recall information. Do not let an unfamiliar format distract you. Reassuring. The underlying project management principles remain the same regardless of how the question is presented. Think like a PMP, encouraging focus on understanding the business situation first. Once the scenario is clear, the question format becomes much easier to handle. Effective time management is just as important as technical knowledge during the PMP examination. You have 240 minutes to answer 180 questions, giving you an average of about 80 seconds per question. However, some scenario based questions may require more time than others. Thoughtful. Maintain a steady pace throughout the examination. If you encounter a particularly difficult question, eliminate clearly incorrect options, make your best decision, flag it if necessary, and continue. Avoid spending excessive time on a single question, as it may affect your performance on the remaining ones. Rushed. Think like a PMP. Encouraging. Manage your time the same way you manage a project, plan, monitor your progress, adapt when necessary, and finish confidently. The PMP examination includes two optional 10-minute breaks, one after the first section and another after the second. These breaks provide an excellent opportunity to refresh both your mind and body. Pause. Use the time to stretch, walk briefly, hydrate, and relax. Avoid discussing examination questions or worrying about answers from previous sections because they can no longer be changed. Exhales. Return to the examination with a clear and positive mindset, ready to focus on the next section. Encouraging. Successful project managers focus on what they can influence. Leave the completed section behind and concentrate on performing your best in the remaining examination. Many candidates do not fail because of insufficient knowledge. They fail because of avoidable examination mistakes. Thoughtful. Common mistakes include memorizing processes instead of understanding concepts, ignoring agile and hybrid approaches, overlooking keywords such as first or next, spending too much time on difficult questions, and selecting technically correct answers that do not align with PMI's mindset. Exhales. Another frequent mistake is forgetting that every question should be answered from the perspective of an experienced project manager focused on stakeholder value, servant leadership, ethical behavior, and business outcomes. Think like a PMP, encouraging. Every examination question is an opportunity to demonstrate sound project management judgment. Focus on PMI principles rather than personal experience. I recommend keeping the remaining slides in the same 45-60-second format. This will result in a polished 12-15-minute orientation module that is ideal for self-paced learning, maintains learner attention, and provides a smooth transition into Lesson 1. It also ensures consistency with the premium knowledgeware style you've established throughout the course. As you prepare for the examination, remember a few important success principles. Calm. Read every question carefully and identify the project context before reviewing the answer choices. Determine whether the project follows a predictive, agile, or hybrid approach, and pay attention to keywords such as first, next, best, or most appropriate. Thoughtful. Always think from the perspective of an experienced project manager who values collaboration, stakeholder engagement, servant leadership, ethical decision making, and business value. Confident. Trust your preparation, remain confident, and stay calm throughout the examination. Think like a PMP. PMI rewards sound judgment and professional decision making more than memorization. Your choice of a training partner plays an important role in your PMP certification journey. At KnowledgeWare, we believe successful project managers are developed through practical learning, real world application, and a deep understanding of the PMI mindset. With over 33 years of excellence in professional training and consulting, KnowledgeWare has trained more than 5,000 project management professionals across India and internationally. As a PMI authorized training partner, our programs are fully aligned with the latest PMI examination content outline and global best practices. This course combines expert led video lessons, premium student handbooks, scenario based practice questions, full length mock examinations, and practical exam strategies to help you build both confidence and competence. Our objective is not just to help you pass the PMP examination, but to prepare you to become a successful project manager who delivers business value and leads high performing teams. Think like a PMP. Certification is the beginning of your professional journey. Continuous learning and effective leadership create lasting success. Congratulations on completing this orientation to the new PMP examination experience. You now have a clear understanding of the examination structure, the PMI examination content outline, different question formats, effective time management strategies, and the mindset required for success. As you progress through this knowledgeware course, every lesson has been carefully designed to build your understanding step by step using practical examples, real world scenarios, and examination focused explanations aligned with PMI expectations. Study consistently, practice regularly, and approach every scenario by asking yourself one important question: what would an experienced PMI certified project manager do in this situation? If you develop this mindset, success in the examination and in your professional career will naturally follow. On behalf of the entire KnowledgeWare team, we wish you every success on your PMP certification journey. Let's begin your transformation into a confident, globally recognized project management professional.